Hi, hello, and welcome back to another video. So today I have this angle farther up. No sketchbook here because I actually got sent some markers from Arrtx. Sorry if I sound really weird. I am recovering from being sick, so if I sound a little bit congested or funny, that's probably why. But it wasn't a bigger packaging, but obviously that has my address and everything, so I just decided to keep it in this. But I didn't open them up or try them since I got them, so I was waiting to do it on camera and stuff. Okay, sit down, there you go. Okay, I really like the color scheme on this box. It's more of like a square shape. Let me show you the back. These are all the colors they have, which they have a lot of colors in here. Hold up, how much? 90 colors, that's crazy. But the special thing about this one is it's got like colors, I forgot the word for it, I think it's like Morandi colors that are like suited for more plants and other things like that. I don't have a direction for this video. Oops, I keep doing it upside down. There you go. Don't have a direction for this video, but I guess I'll just see the colors first. Okay, these are the ones with the stickers on them. Okay, I guess I'll do this off camera because it's gonna take ages, but they have a nice selection here. Okay, I'm gonna stick these things off camera, grab my sketchbook. I'll probably swatch off camera too because it's gonna take a long time, and then of course we'll get into drawing and everything like that. So yeah. Okay, and so for this video I actually decided to do a bit of a different format and try doing a voiceover over my drawing instead of talking throughout the video, and also adding captions and stuff like that. I feel like this is a bit quicker to do, maybe, I don't know. I guess I'll just figure out whatever works for me because I still want to post consistently, or like sort of consistently, at least once a month, but I have other responsibilities, and I wish I could, during the summertime, I'll try my best to post more because I'll have more free time to like draw and do other things. But I was just so busy in my personal life, and then I had school and stuff like that, and that just takes up more time and obviously takes priority over my like creativity and stuff like that. So yeah, for that reason I'm trying to find a way to like make editing quicker, I guess. So this is my first time doing a voiceover like this. It's gonna be unscripted, so I'm just gonna be chatting, I guess, chatting it up. So yeah, I guess I can talk about the actual drawing. So in the spirit of spring, I decided to do some like spring outfits and whatever. And at first I was gonna do my persona, but then I decided to actually do my OC Aya because she's like a model character. I made a video about her a bit of time ago, and so yeah, I decided to do her because she kind of has like interesting outfits. She doesn't really have a specific style. She just like wears colorful things in general and like layers a lot and like has funky like patterns pushed together. Even though it's not so out of this world, I still like try to experiment more with her outfits. And yeah, the outfits I chose to do are partially from my mind and partially from a reference on Pinterest. Yeah, all of them are partially from a Pinterest reference, and I just twisted it into my own kind of thing. So yeah, I just did 3 poses, and then you'll see later. I finished the page. It's kind of like not really fully filled. I kind of filled it in with doodles at the end, but we'll get to that point. So yeah, I just did like simple poses. I really enjoy to get like pose inspiration. I like looking at like other people's sketchbooks, and not only that, but like fashion sketches, specifically for when I do outfits and stuff like that. I like to look at fashion drawings and like kind of take the poses and either do them directly or kind of change it up a bit to suit my own. All of these were from, or the one on the right and the one on the left are from references, but I just changed up the hand poses, and then the middle one was just a pretty basic pose, so I didn't need to have a reference or anything like that. And I kind of just winged the hands, which I think you could tell. But I started drawing headshot because I wanted to do that, but then I realized I probably don't have enough time to do that. So I decided to just scrap that idea. You'll see that later anyways. But yeah, I just go in for it. The sketches I did here weren't so clean, so when I got to coloring and lining, it started getting really messy, and the sun was going down. I don't know if you could tell in the actual footage, but the sun was going down, and so you can, like, I didn't want to have no lighting, and so I was trying to rush a little bit, and I was getting impatient, so it kind of smudged in some spots near the end. But I don't know what I'm talking about, what's happening at the end. Let's talk about what's happening now. This first outfit, if I could find the reference, I'll put it up on the screen of, like, the outfit that I kind of took inspiration from. Yeah, mostly everything from, like, the base of the outfit I took inspiration from and then added my own twist to it. But yeah, I think it's really cute. Like I already said, or I'm going to say, I think my favorite is the one to the left, the very left. You'll see it's like with a skirt and everything. I think that's what I would actually wear personally. I mean, maybe not exactly that, but something closer to that. And I really liked the one that I'm sketching out right now because I feel like it's really colorful and all the colors go really well nicely together. So yeah. And the general vibes that I decided to go with was kind of like, I was taking inspiration from these images. I'll put them up on the screen, so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. It's kind of like, it is kind of like concept sketches for outfits, even though the outfits aren't totally my own. I put my own spin on them, and I kind of like the vibes of, like, it's like taken from a magazine and, like, pasted in, because it's like random poses put together. Because she's a model, I feel like she would model for, like, a spring collection, whatever. So, and she would have, like, very interesting fashion for each season. And obviously I love fashion, and I love seasonal fashion especially. And I love spring. So I decided to just combine that all. I kind of wish I did, like, studies of some sort, like flower studies or landscape studies. But I'm not yet confident in doing that fully. So I unfortunately couldn't fulfill the markers to their full potential, probably. I could have done a lot more with the markers, but I still feel like what I did with them, I only used a few markers, I didn't use all of them, and kind of just, like, randomly chose, you'll see later on when I'm coloring, I color over a lot because I just choose a random color if I feel like it goes, and then I'm like, hold up, I don't like that, so I cover it. That's the beauty of acrylic markers, and you've heard it once, and you've heard it many times before. Acrylic markers are really great because you could just cover your mistakes, and that's kind of what I did multiple times. Even though it didn't cover perfectly, I still feel like it did a decent job. Yeah, one of my favorite things is adding details, so drawing fashion drawings, and specifically drawing this character, Aya, is my favorite because she always has, like, a lot of little details, and I don't know, adding little bits and pieces that are consistent in her design but also kind of change a little bit, like something around her neck in all three of them, actually. She always has a necklace of some sort, she always has hair clips in her hair. Even on the one on the very left, I added, like, a little peach in her hair because she really likes peaches. So, I don't know, adding little, like, details about the character makes it so fun. Like, I understand if your story is kind of normal and your characters are normal, so you don't have to, like, create super crazy designs, but me personally, it doesn't matter if the story is normal, I'll literally create, like, intricate outfits. Realistically, if I had, like, a webcomic, which I probably could never do, I would have to simplify designs quite a bit, and just based solely off their silhouette and hair is how you would recognize them best. Especially Aya would be a pain to draw every single time because she has, like, so many details. Like I said, accessories are her main thing, because I actually based her off of Decora fashion. I created her when I found out about Decora, and I saw a bunch of photos on Pinterest, and I was like, oh my gosh, this style is so pretty. And so I, like, kind of created a character, and I was like, whoa, I kind of like this character. So I continued to draw her, and then her style kind of developed from that into what it is now. It's not so much Decora anymore, but elements of Decora, like accessorizing. So decorating yourself. That's kind of what I take from it. But it's less maximalist, I guess, for my own sanity, for every time I have to draw her. In my last videos in the past, I've done a green and pink color scheme. Well, I've done a green and pink color scheme again. It has different colors in it too, but green and pink is the main colors, and I don't know, I'm so drawn to those two colors. They look so lovely together, and especially for the springtime, it's just so good. It's so good, I couldn't pass up the opportunity. Even though her colors aren't really green and pink, it's more pink and blue, but I feel like pink and blue reminds me of summertime, and I guess I could do a whole nother spread for summertime. Even though where I live, it's already summertime weather, and that kind of sucks, even though I didn't even get spring weather. I was away on spring break, and it was freezing where I was, and then I came back to my home, and it's disaster here. It's summertime weather in the spring. How unfortunate. But I don't mind. I actually don't mind hot weather too bad, because I'm not really an outdoors person. I do like nature, but I wouldn't say I'm a very outside person. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to do a sport outside, like play volleyball or something. So in the summertime, I don't mind that it's like burning cheeks outside. I don't mind because I'm inside with the AC or fan or whatever, and it doesn't bother me until, I actually do go outside and do something. But mostly that's like either in the pool or tanning or something like that, so I'm using the sun in that way. I'm not like running and doing stuff. I'm not like a super activity type person. I kind of like mundane and boring, quote unquote, things. Like, I kind of like more relaxing and leisure activities rather than, like, super movement-based activities. Though I do like watching other people have fun. Like, that's my one thing that I say all the time when I'm out with my family or out in a party or whatever we're doing. And they're playing a game. I just sit on the sidelines and watch, because I get more enjoyment from watching other people have fun and enjoy themselves rather than actually doing it myself, because I feel like I'm just not that kind of person. And honestly, I feel like a party pooper sometimes when I don't want to join the game because of whatever. But that's just how I am. I just like watching people have fun rather than, because like I wouldn't have fun in that situation, I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. That's what this video turned into. If you want to hear me rant about random junk, this is the video for you. I don't even know how much I'm going to keep of this in, because at this point, I don't even know what I'm saying. I have 47 minutes of footage to talk through. So, yeah, I gotta find something to say. I guess I'll talk about fashion. I don't think, like, if you saw me in person, you wouldn't think I'm into fashion, because I kind of dress normal. I mean, I have my own spin to outfits, but I feel like for the most part, I don't really dress outlandish or stand out too much in the way I dress. Just because I feel awkward, I guess. Because my whole family is kind of fashionable in their own way, but when we're going out, we're all wearing pretty normal outfits. So I don't want to be the only one dressing up for no reason. Unless it's an occasion to dress up, then I will, obviously, because the rest of my family will, obviously. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't really dress up that often, so I kind of live through my persona who dresses in all these fun outfits. Like, when I do an outfit-inspired digital drawing, it'll be my persona. Like, the girl with the long brown hair, that's basically kind of me, in a way, just cuter and longer hair. But that's kind of how I draw out my fashion sense, I guess, or things I would like to wear. But not things I actually wear in real life, because the things I wear in real life are kind of more simpler, I guess. but in a general sense, things I like to see in fashion. I don't follow too closely, like the most common popular trends going on right now. I just see what I see, on the outside, and I also sometimes watch fashion-based channels, on YouTube, and they're pretty entertaining. Steal the Spotlight, I really enjoy, her. She's like one of the ones I can think off the top of my head, and there's another girl too. She has red hair, and she has kind of like a completely different style than me, but I still enjoy watching her because she talks a lot about fashion trends and stuff like that, but I just can't remember her name. But yeah, Steal the Spotlight, I really like her fashion sense. It's very creative and very, like, whimsical, I guess. Yeah, she has a very interesting layering fashion sense, and I don't know, she kind of just always pulls it together. Her outfits always look really funky, and so for that, I kind of like looking at her outfits for inspiration, but not necessarily inspiration to wear my own, but to draw them, because that's kind of how I express myself the best, through my drawings. I really enjoy fashion in itself, and talking about fashion. When I find somebody else that likes fashion, I would love to talk about it with somebody. Nobody I know at the moment, at least closely, really cares that much, or doesn't have like a personal sense of style too much. So they don't, obviously I can't really talk about fashion necessarily with anybody, but it's still fun to, express myself in that way. And it's always fun getting a nice compliment, like, oh, I like your outfit, when I was like doubting it, like, oh, is this too out there? But every time I think something like that same day someone compliments me about my outfit, and I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, it genuinely like makes me so happy, because I'm like, okay, I was doubting myself, like, does this look good? Maybe it looks weird. And I don't know, I guess it's like a little bit of a validating moment, like I wasn't crazy and my outfit does look cute, not just to me. So that's kind of how it is sometimes when I'm layering my dresses and stuff like that, specifically for church, because I mostly wear dresses, and because the dress itself is the outfit, you kind of have to find other ways to spice it up without being too much, I guess. That's mostly where I express my interest in fashion, I guess. Mostly in layering, because I enjoy layering a lot. I feel like it adds interest, especially adding like just a little tank top under things, or a little skirt under a dress. I feel like it just really adds to it, even if it's something little. So yeah, that's my take on like my fashion, I guess, or my take on fashion. Yeah, I just really like it a lot, and I like drawing it, which is another thing. When I just remembered now, when Arrtx starts, I'm pretty sure it starts in June or July or something like that, I'm gonna try looking for, like last year I looked for this too, I tried looking for characters that I could be creative with their outfits. Like some characters are like, they have a specific design to them that I can't change up, or sometimes the artist is strict, which is perfectly fine, but I just try to look for characters that I can have like creative liberty with, and like with the outfit, so that I can still make the character recognizable but just give them a new outfit. I feel like it just makes it more fun for me to draw. But in general, I really like Arrtx, and I hope I can join this year in the summertime, I believe. Yeah, in the summertime, which I'll be free in the summertime, free from school until I start again. But yeah, that's really exciting. Last year I didn't get too many drawings done. I got as much as I could, I guess. But I didn't get to every character that I bookmarked or saved. But it's still okay. Maybe I'll get to them this year. But there's so much like amazing, incredible artists that attacked me, and I was able to attack, and it was just so fun. It was technically my first time doing Arrtx. The previous year, 2024, is when it says I joined, but I didn't actually participate in because I forgot about it, and I also had art block during that time. So those things combined just led me to not do it at all. But I think I got like 3 or 4 attacks from people, but I didn't participate in it. So last year was technically my first year participating in Art Fight, and it was really fun. I really liked it a lot. So I hope I can do it again this year. And yeah. But on another note, as you can see, I'm starting to color things out and everything. I don't really have a plan when I go into coloring. I kind of just pick up colors that I feel like would go and put them, and I'm like, okay, does this go, does it not? And like I already said before, if it doesn't go, I just cover it up. Super easy. I'm a little bit more cautious when I go into with my alcohol markers, because obviously I can't cover up any mistakes with that. Or even my color pencils, I guess, even though I don't color too much with my color pencils just because I don't particularly like the texture it gives, how it has a bunch of holes in between. I really like a smooth finish, or relatively smooth finish. But anyways, that's besides the point. If you have a problem with you don't like seeing mistakes, or you're perfectionist about certain things, this video might upset you, because I do make a lot of mistakes and I leave things like unfinished in a way, because I personally don't care. In my sketchbook specifically, because in my digital work, I'm a little bit more careful on mistakes. Obviously, because it's digital, I have more freedom to, like, be more clean about it. But in my sketchbook, if I make a mistake, I literally do not care. I'll just cover it up, or I'll leave it there, because, I don't know. Like, even this has a bit more of a, like I said, a concept feel. Like, it's not fully finished, and I don't know why I kind of like that. Like, I kind of like that vibe. I don't know if you get what I don't know if you get what I mean, but it seems really freeing, I guess, which is what drawing with a pen is for me. Like, obviously it's really nice to have a sketch, and I had a sketch for these, but just drawing with a pen and trying to figure out where things go, even if it's not clear, is always kind of fun. Unfortunately, this pen is a gel pen, so my hand smudged multiple times over the page, and I didn't even realize until I took my hand off the page, and I saw the black spots, black smudges across the page. It's not too noticeable, I don't think, in the end, but it's still, it's still there. And maybe that would bother me if it was digital and I posted it. I would be so annoyed, because it's posted, it's done. But, like, I don't know. I guess when I have a more leisurely approach to my sketchbook, it gives me, like, more motivation to work in it, because I don't have to worry about being perfect, which I feel like is, like, one of the biggest things artists have, like, problems with starting their sketchbook, because they want the first page to be perfect, or they just want their sketchbook to look nice in general. And I want my sketchbook to look nice, of course, because I intend to do a sketchbook tour, to make a video on that. So, because my sketchbook tours, everybody always ends up liking them, and I enjoy doing them myself, because it's always fun to look back at my sketchbook, and see my growth a little bit. But I don't worry too much about making it perfect, I guess, because it's just a sketchbook. It doesn't really matter that much. It's kind of more, my sketchbook is more of like practice and concepts sometimes. And then my digital art, I don't even sketch on my digital. Like, I don't save any sketches. I just have finished illustrations on my iPad. 1, for storage purposes, and 2, I never leave a piece unfinished. And if it's unfinished for too long, I'll just save it as an image and then delete the file. And then if I feel like going back to it, I will. But if I forget about it, then I forget about it. It's not a big deal. But I try to conserve space that way, and also not linger too long on something, because I realize that when that happens, I just lose motivation, and it just takes up storage, and I never even finish it anyways. So it doesn't really matter. But that's a bit of a side note to what I was saying before. But yeah, the thing that's probably most important in creating a cohesive page is the details, like adding specific colors in the details. Like I had the like hot pink pumps that she's wearing, so I added hot pink in another spot, like her hair clip, her nails, her bracelets. Like I tried to add it in different parts so that it's not too it's more like an accent color, and it doesn't like take away from the other colors, but it adds to them. And I feel like it just makes everything look more cohesive. And that's also another thing why I tried to keep a similar or same color palette throughout the page and use the same colors throughout, because it helps me not get overwhelmed first and foremost, but also it just keeps everything looking nice. And so whenever I went to another thing, when I'm drawing, I don't really have an idea of how I want it colored. I kind of just draw it, and then I figure out the coloring when I get there. And you notice that in this one, at first I was gonna do that blue color that I outlined it with, and then I was like, hold up, this is a little bit too bright for what I'm going for. And so I covered it with green, and I was like, hold up, that looks so bad. And so I covered it with blue finally, and I'll do a few coats throughout the video, or throughout the drawing, to fully cover that green. And also I did the heels green as well. Big mistake, because I wanted them actually pink instead. But I thought I wanted them green at the time, so that was a pain to cover up as well. But that's alright. You know, it's all well, it ends well, something like that. I don't know the phrase or the saying exactly. But I thought it was like, I thought it was cute, nonetheless. Like, the vibes, I was trying to add pieces of floral elements, I guess. Like in this, she has like little leaves on her shoes, and I'll add like a leaf hair clip or leaf something in her hair so that it adds that like spring element, because I didn't really draw any florals, which the set is technically intended to do. Not really, but the colors are more catered to that. The range of colors is more suited for that. So maybe I'll experiment more in my sketchbook. If I'm ever more comfortable, then I'll do a video like that. And I literally know I said before that I wanted to make a video talking about my OCs, Linnea and Leo, and then the other cast. But I don't know, I'm a little bit caught up on it because, one, I don't really know what the art I want to be is in the video while I'm talking about it. If I want it to be a digital video, or if I want it to be a traditional one, if I want to do a voiceover, or if I want to talk while drawing. I don't want to do any text. I feel like that's just too much. It's easier to talk. Obviously I do it a lot. But yeah, I just haven't figured out the format and what I want to, like, the actual content to be. So that's why I haven't done it. And then hopefully the next video will be the second page of my rainbow spread, which is orange. And honestly, when I was swatching these markers, it was so satisfying. The oranges, like, I'm not even an orange, like I already said in my last video, I don't even like orange that much. It's probably one of my least favorite colors. I don't dislike it so bad, but it's just one of my least out of all the options of the rainbow. But when I was swatching them, I was like, dude, why is it kind of a nice color? Like, I actually like this a lot. So that was kind of interesting. So I'm kind of excited to do the orange page and see how it turns out and stuff. It was pretty nice swatching all of them, and I mean, I did part of the stickers, but then I got bored of that, and so I asked my sister to do it, and she loves doing stuff, so she did the other half for me, and it worked out perfectly fine. So yeah, that's that bit. I don't really know what else to say, honestly. I don't have too much left in the video. It seems like I have 16 minutes left, which I can't believe I just talked for 16 minutes straight about literal junk. I don't even know what I said, but I guess we'll find out. And yeah, I guess you can just let me know if you like this format of video, if you just like the rambling type, or if you like a bit more structured. Because with voiceovers, I either do scripts, at least for my other like redesign videos, or making into like doing gajinkas with the little pet shops. I did make a script outline and kind of just went off that, and it made it easier for me to find something to speak on, and it made me less rambly. But then I just didn't have time because I do have a bit of a deadline on this video, so I wanted to be able to get it out in time, and so I do not want to make a whole script. Plus, I don't even have anything in specific I wanted to talk about, which I'm thinking maybe in a future video I can, not even so far in the future, but like in a video idea that I've seen other people do, is they ask their subscribers or followers or whatever questions that they want them to answer, and in the video, whatever the content may be, they answer those to fill up like part of the voiceover, you know, so that the drawing could be in the background and then there are questions being answered. So maybe I was thinking maybe doing that, but there was just no time, so I'm obviously not doing it for this video. But maybe in a video soon. I do have an upcoming video with Ohuhu markers, I believe, but I'll do that when I get there. But if you guys do want to ask questions, or if you're interested in a video like that, I'll put up a community post and you guys can put your questions there. I don't know if anyone is actually interested in asking questions, but I guess if you are, feel free to put them there and I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. But yeah, that'd be kind of like the easier route, so I don't have to worry about so much about what I'm going to be talking about in the video. I guess I talked mostly about my interest, I think, in this video. I don't know, I kind of forgot. It's late when I'm recording this, so my mind is not really the most sharp at the moment. So I'm kind of forgetting, but I'm pretty sure I just talked about my interests and stuff, which it's much easier for me to find something to say. One, because I'm high-key a yapper, and two, because I haven't talked so freely in a video before, or yet. So I have more to say that I haven't said before. Kind of. So yeah, if you're more interested, or if you're interested in learning, I guess, more about me, or stuff like that, or you have any questions about the materials I use, which I do get asked a lot about what sketchbook I use, and I'm thinking of just putting in the description at this point, because I get asked quite often. I don't mind answering, really. It's not such a hassle, it's a quick thing. Talon's Art Creation Sketchbook. That is the sketchbook I use. That's the past 4 sketchbooks I've used, I believe, and I really enjoy it. I like how the paper is kind of cream colored, and how the pages aren't too thin. They're not necessarily thick, but they aren't too thin. And it comes in different colors, the cover. It's not just black and white. And also has these amount of pages, comes in different sizes, and it is cheap. I mean, cheap for me, I guess. I think it ranges from $11 to $15. And to me, I feel like that's not so expensive, but that's not like super cheap either. I don't know. I guess I'm just speaking based for me. I would consider that pretty cheap, especially when you look at other sketchbooks on the market, and they can get quite pricey for thicker paper, especially. And this paper, like I said, this paper isn't bleed proof, but it is, I think, a mixed media one, so you can use different materials, but if you use watercolor and even Arrtx marker, if you use the whole page, it will warp the page a little bit, which I personally actually like. I feel like it adds cool texture and chunkiness to my sketchbook, but if you have like if you don't like that, then you're just gonna have to get paper specific for watercolors or specific for markers. If you don't like bleed through or anything like that, I kind of found a loophole with bleed through, so I don't worry about that too much, but I know that is a concern. If you want to fill your whole sketchbook and you have both sides, you know, you have to deal with, what's it called? You have to deal with bleed through with alcohol markers, and I'm pretty sure water-based markers as well. I don't know. I don't think I've used water-based markers before, at least in my sketchbooks. Like, I've obviously used them before in my life, but I'm not familiar with them, if you get what I mean. Because my first ever markers that I bought were the hoo-hoo ones, pastel. So those were alcohol markers, and that's what I'm most used to. I'm not like a professional or like super skilled in using them. Like, I don't use a technique or anything, but I'm most comfortable and more knowledgeable, I guess, on how they work a little bit on specifically the paper I've used. So for that reason, I don't really know about water-based markers too much, but I'm sure they kind of work similarly, and I don't know if they bleed through as much, but they'll definitely warp your paper, this paper at least. But I still would recommend the sketchbook. It's honestly really good, and after this, I'll probably get another sketchbook, the same, just different color, because I think it's really fun to change up the colors a little bit. I really went kind of random on the color I chose this time, because normally I go for the pinks, the purples, the blues, but almost all the colors were sold out when I bought this one, which was in November last year, and this color was like, okay, I think it was coral red. It's just out there. It's just kind of like different than what I'm normally drawn to. And so when I got it, I was like, how am I going to decorate this actually? And honestly, it turned out really nice. I like it a lot. I feel like it's different from my other ones, but it's still fun and colorful. So that's why I like it. And also, I got mine from Amazon. I don't know if in another spot you can get them, but on Amazon, it's like $11 to $15, depending on the size you get. Make sure to check the inches and stuff like that, because I bought a sketchbook, and it was my first sketchbook that I've showed on YouTube, and it was a purple one, a light purple one, and it's really big. I didn't realize that the measurements were off, because it looks like it's the same size in the photo, but the inches were way more than what I normally get, which I think I normally get a 12 by 20 or 12 by 13. I don't know. I'll have to put the measurements up. I don't know. I'll correct myself later. But it was way bigger, and it was bigger than my laptop. So I was not used to that all, and I struggled filling it. So I learned from my mistake and chose a size that I'm more comfortable with, which I'm maybe considering next time grabbing a more wide one instead of a tall one, because maybe that'd be a bit fun, you know, add some variety to my sketchbooks. Because all of them, the past 3, including this one, have been the same size, just different colors. And, you know, just to add some variety. Diversity among my sketchbooks, because it'll be fun to look at them all once again, which I did do a video looking through all my sketchbooks, or all the ones I could find. And that was a wild video. I cringed really hard. Like, I still cringe really hard at my younger self, especially in middle school. I didn't draw so much in middle school, but I was so cringe. But that's how all middle schoolers are, honestly. It's just like, it's a canon event, if you will. But, anyways, the drawing is done, or almost done. I still need to add, like, stickers and everything like that. But there is the outfits done. Let me know which one is your favorite, if you have a favorite, or if you don't like them at all, that's perfectly fine. I guess it's just more self-indulgent, this kind of type of video, because I'm just drawing what I like, pretty much. But I didn't show too much of the sticker process and stuff like that, because it's very boring. I just look it through all my stickers, find what I like, and then that's pretty much it. But, I mean, it's still kind of fun. This is kind of what I do every single time, even if the sketch, or even if the page is mostly drawings, I still like to add other things to it, like even a little bit of stickers, and especially for this one, which doesn't have, or which has so much space left. Like, the space to the left of the girl is very empty, and I wish I filled it with something else, but I didn't, so it is what it is. I could have put the wording a little bit different, but I thought it'd be more interesting if I put the closet vertical. But anyways, that's besides the point. Oh, I don't know if you probably noticed, but as I flip to the swatch page, I actually used the sticker sheet that the thing comes with, the stickers with the labels, the label stickers, the border around it. I just used that, but it couldn't fit fully on the page, so I just cut it and kind of used that to fill that up, and then I used the excess space on the page to fill the rest of the colors, and that kind of made it a little bit more neater, I guess. So that's a little tips and tricks. If you want to like swatch to keep them all organized and good, you can just use the sticker thing it comes with, if it comes with the stickers. I don't know if other marker companies do this, but Arrtx has some marker sets where you have to put the label on it. It has another label on it, but you put that one on the cap, so you can, have it on both the cap and the actual pen. But anyways, I don't know what else to say. I guess I'm just adding an outline, and then I'll later add doodles and everything like that to the page just to fill it up. But there's not too much else to say. The tripod that I have, or tripod in quotes, because I don't know what you call it, if you still call it a tripod, because it doesn't have legs, so you can't really say but it's something like a tripod which I can stick my phone on. That makes it a lot easier to film, and I dread filming less, because before I would procrastinate filming because I would have to set up the tripod before next to me in like the perfect angle, and even then the angle would be a little bit slightly off. So unfortunately, I just didn't want to film. But now it's so easy. Like, I just attach it to the little container, whatever thing I have next to my desk, and it's perfectly fine. It doesn't shake. If you attach it to your desk, it will shake, but I found, a way around that. And it's so easy. I just attach it, stick my phone on top, and it's like the perfect overhead angle, which is probably the best angle because it gets proper lighting, I guess. And also, I don't have to worry about, me moving around and it moving the phone, because that was my worry when I had the tripod, is my chair would bump up against it sometimes, and it would kind of change the angle just a smidge, but it does make a difference, But anyways, I don't know what else to say here. I'm pretty much done with the page, so I guess I'll leave you to it. I'm doing like a little outro thing where I talk at the end, but I guess that's it. Bye! Okay, I'm back. Hopefully VoiceOver Me found something to talk about, but this is the final page. I actually really like it. There's a lot of mistakes because I literally just went full on with the gel pen, and my sketch wasn't so clear, but I think it turned out kind of cute. I think this one and this one might be my favorite, but I also really like this one. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of just a chill vibes. I kind of liked drawing without talking, but then I was in my head talking the entire time. So maybe talking is just what I'm made to do in videos. But anyways, that is the finished drawing. These markers were really lovely to work with. I actually prefer these kind of markers, these ones, over the ink ones, just because I feel like they give less ink, but in a better way. The other ones are pretty juicy, which I do like sometimes. But when I have to just do small details, it's not really that really small details, because I like to do that. It's really hard to get it without the ink just spilling out. Not spilling out, but just pooling a little bit, because it's really juicy, like I said. But yeah, these were super fun to work with again. Thank you so much to Arrtx for sending me them, and if I didn't already say it previously in the video, they're having a spring sale. I think it's from the 25th to the 31st. Editor me will correct me if I'm wrong, But yeah, they're having a spring sale, and I don't know, hopefully we're inspired by what I created. Anyways, hope you all have a blessed day. Bye!